in this because they were separated. We go find them.
Yeah, don't worry about it too much. Notably, Michael's also going to get to be on the play.
Yeah,
making
definitely.
a good matchup for him even better.
Yeah, that is very, very important. Although this hand does not seem to have a lot of land sources. Michael's going to contemplate if he really wants to keep this or not. Shawn's hand, on the other hand, is not keepable, so he's shipping it straight back. It looks like Michael is opting to keep that hand. He must have a land or so in there, although he had...
Yeah, I think it's one lander with a bunch of one drops.
Hey, seems good, right? If you can draw 7 lightning bolts, you only need 1 mountain.
Yeah. Certainly good in a matchup where counter spells are going to be the main way that your opponent's interacting with you. You just want to have as many spells as possible.
Definitely.
Ooh, and that is a awful 6.
Yeah.
Sean's going to go all the way down to 5.
Ouch. The other thing to know here, the key tech here in this Grixis Delver list, in this Grixis Delver list is the 3 stifles in the main, which I don't know if they're very necessarily good here. They're okay.
It can hit. There are fetch lands in the burn deck, but
yeah,
that's about it.
But that's about it. Like,
he can stifle a Sulfuric Vortex trigger if he wants to gain 2 life.
Worst case, he gets to be pitched to Force of Will.
Yeah.
All right, 5 cards, Wasteland, and 4 blue spells.
I don't think
Force
that's
Will,
gonna cut it.
Daze. Yep, Shawn shakes his Wasteland at us. Yeah, Daze, Spell Pierce, Force Will, Delver with a Wasteland. He can't keep that. Yeah, he's got to go down to 4. Unfortunately.
Yeah, this is rough.
Ouch. On the draw against Burn. It's a bad matchup. not a horrible matchup, but a disfavored matchup to say the least.
Certainly.
Not exactly where you want to be. Lightning Bolt, Young Pyromancer. Looks like a Force of Will. He's gonna draw his last card. Is it a land?
Nope.
It's a Force of Will.
I think you just keep it at this point.
Yeah.
Having turn 1 Force of Will is.
That looks like a
better
Lightning
than-
Bolt.
Does he have a blue? He does have a blue card, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Got a Delver.
Yeah, he's got a Delver.
Alright, Force of Will blue card. Maybe you draw a land. He does get to scry.
Yeah. Maybe you'll find a land on your scry.
Yeah, it looks like he is going to keep.
Yeah, you don't really have a choice. The difference between 4 and 3 is very slim. We'll push that to the bottom. It's not a land, obviously.
Alright.
This is the downside of playing only like a handful of lands, and 4 of them being Wasteland.
Yeah. I think Sean's just trying to concentrate all of his bad luck into one game.
Yeah, let's hope.
And then hopefully run well enough to win the next 2.
Yeah, I hope for his sake that's what they're trying to do. He did rip a land!
Alright. And he didn't force a will the Swift Spear, probably because he's got the bolt and he knows that the only way he can possibly win this game is if he immediately draws a land.
Yep. Fetch, go get that volcanic island, and bolt the Swift Spear. So Wallio is going to stick a...
There's more one drops where that came from.
By the way, I also only had 1 land, so other than your Moldafor, we're even, right?
And Sean's going to force the Lavamancer.
Yeah.
If he now draws a second land,
he's got Young Pyromancer.
this Young Pyromancer sticks. Oh.
Nope, drew a Spell Pierce. Well, that'll be good. Gonna suspend a Rift Bolt and pass the turn.
Alright.
Drew a Delver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spell Pierce is going to be live later.
To you, yeah. He's like, please, the Delver? You want to kill the Delver, right? Oh, Goblin Guide. Does it hit a land? It does!
Not the best land.
Now,
but Sean will take it regardless.
this is the sequence that Sean wants. Now watch.
Now the
Non-land.
Delver flips.
Yes! When you play Grixis Magic. Oh, that was pretty good. You play the Young Pyromancer, maybe?
I think you play the Young Pyromancer, and if Wallio lets you, you immediately throw it in front of the Goblin Guide.
Yeah, it's very possible. You could, in theory, like... Oh, he opts to hold back the...
Yeah, I imagine he assumes that Wallio has at least one bolt in hand.
Definitely.
But yeah. Chain Lightning going to take down the Young Pyromancer. Goblin Guy potentially going to trade with Delver here. And I think the stream froze.
Oh. Sorry about that, everybody. We're trying to get this fixed. Did our stream over here freeze as well? Oh.
Alright.
Sorry about that.
Brief technical difficulties, but hopefully we got sorted out. In the meantime, looks like Wallio used 2 removal spells to clear the creatures and let his Goblin Guide keep chipping in.
Sorry about that, everybody. Wasteland going to take care of that Barbarian Ring.
Yeah, Wasteland actually doing something.
Yeah. So he's now got Daze and Spell Pierce.
He does, but he doesn't have an answer to this Goblin Guide.
Nope. Going to attack. Trigger's going to reveal. It's Young Pyromancer. You want that most likely, right?
Yeah, if he doesn't have to Spell Pierce anything, then he's probably going to want to draw the Pyromancer.
Yeah. Violet turn worked out real well for Shawn.
Notably, he will not be able to counter this unsuspended Rift Bolt.
Yeah. It's real awkward. It's getting real close. Yeah, it looks like Michael cast a Lightning Bolt and a Chain Lightning on those 2 creatures.
Yeah.
Sad panda.
Target you.
Yeah, put you
Or
to
does he think
4.
maybe he's thinking about this?
Yeah, this is real awkward. You're probably just dead. Probably.
Well, I think Michael's debating where he wants to point the Rift Bolt.
Okay. Yeah, I thought you already decided. I think it goes at face. If you have any kind of burn spells in hand, which likely you do, yeah.
Yeah.
Go into Shawn's face. Draw for turn is looks like a lightning bolt? No, it's a mountain.
Does he have the Searing Blaze? No.
No. Attack for 2. Trigger. Brainstorm revealed. That's not fantastic. And now you have to block? Like you don't want to. I guess yeah, you just take 2. If he's got a spell, you're kind of just dead anyway. Watch him have like a Sulfuric Vortex.
That would get dazed. And then...
Yeah. Oh, fair. Yeah, fair. I forgot about Daze.
That would be one of the few cards that would actually maybe give Shawn a chance.
Oh.
But either way...
Price of progress.
Yeah.
I'm gonna daze it.
Let's pay for this daze.
Get it, dude? Yeah, I'll pay. That's okay. It's alright with you, I'll pay. Well, we'll go to a game 2 here. Hopefully, better draws from...
Yeah.
Shawn's
Shawn not
side.
able to overcome his Moldifor.
Yeah.
Though he did make a reasonably close game out of it.
Yeah, he did. He did. Yeah, the turn of double removal really set him back. So yeah, immediately he's like, yeah, these cards are not good.
Yeah, Shawn has a lot of bad cards that he probably wants to put out in this matchup. He has Stifle, Angiotaxium Probe, and Dismember as all cards that are pretty awkward. He doesn't have as many cards to bring in out of his sideboard. Probably bring in Forge Bolts. Cabal Therapy is a card that could be reasonable. Flusterstorm is almost certainly coming in. But I think that's about it.
Yeah, doesn't seem very profitable here for Shawn. Again, Burn is not necessarily a deck like it's certainly a deck that you choose not to board for when you're building your deck.
Yeah, there's not a lot in the Grixis colors of dedicated anti-burn hate that you could be playing.
Yeah, like Cleansing Brutality I think would be the best, but you don't necessarily want to waste sideboard slots on that.
Yeah, I think Chill would be maybe the only option.
Yep, so this is one of those things, I think somebody in the chat said it best earlier. Your game plan against Burn is to not play Burn.
Yeah. We have seen a large number of people show up to this event with that game plan, and that's why Michael's in the finals.
It stifled them every single time.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, and I think it's just a general thing with our Seattle meta as well. People tend to, shrug the shoulder at Burn and it's not a real deck, and then again it comes out and wins all the Legacy 1Ks. It'll be interesting though, come July for our playoff 1K, as you will. How many of those people who won with Burn will be playing Burn?
Yeah, that'll be certainly interesting to see, especially since a lot of the other players, and certainly Alurin is pretty unfavored against Burn.
Yeah.
So we'll see if those players choosing to play something different.
Oh. Michael dropping cards everywhere.
Awkward there.
Looks like he was upstanding. So we have a fetch for a volcanic island. We'll see what Shawn Tabrizi's turn 1 play is. Michael kindly showing us that he has burn spells in hand.
Yeah. Lands and spells.
Lands and spells. Hard to make out initially with a 7-card hand. There's definitely a lightning bolt there because he has the full arts.
Yeah, he's got, I think, no creatures, just burn spells.
That seems alright. I think creatures do go a long way in this matchup particularly, seeing as Shawn is going to lean on a lot of counter magic.
Yeah.
So forcing him to have a recurring, or an answer to a recurring threat. These Gitaxian probes don't seem the best.
I think the fact that Probe is still in Shawn's deck is just a sign that he doesn't have enough cards in the sideboard to bring in to replace all of the potentially dead cards in his main.
Exactly.
Oh, and there is a Goblin Guide there.
Gotcha. I got a Goblin Guide.
I think if you're Shawn, you probably just let this resolve, given that you have a bolt to deal with it.
Yeah, he's
Save
debating.
Force for something that deals more damage.
Yeah. I do like that having the Gitaxian probe here does let, or does give Shawn a pretty clear blue card to exile when he does decide to fire off this.
Yes, that is true.
It's bad though when you have to make the argument that your cards are good because they can be pitched to Force the Will.
Gitaxian Probe doing a good Stormcrow impression.
Exactly. And Shawn do a Brainstorm. It's actually not bad. You have a fetch land to shuffle away bad cards. You have a couple lightning bolts which are just okay.
Yeah, Shawn really needs to find a Death Rider or a Delver.
You found a Gurmag Angler. That's pretty good.
It is. He can't play it this turn, but it'll be almost guaranteed to be able to play for 1 mana next turn.
Yeah, he'll be 1 mana short of playing it this turn. But this will let you hold open a counter or some sort of counter magic.
He can leave up potentially both Bolt and Flusterstorm. Though, if he were to Bolt, he would have to fetch for a another red mana and not be able to get black. As there is not a Badlands in Shawn's deck.
Definitely not. But I do like having the Flusterstorm option here. If you absolutely need it.
Yeah, Flusterstorm and Daze. Pretty good insurance.
There's a Goblin Guide.
Yeah.
So, Michael throwing down creatures. I think you just let this Goblin Guide hit you.
Yeah, he really does need this.
So the sad thing is, Shawn put a land on top of his library, but he put it second from the top.
That's awkward.
And it's one of those things you bet he's kicking himself now going, I should have just put it second from the top. I was going to shuffle it away anyway.
Yeah.
Worst case I get to draw it. if there's another Goblin Guide.
Brainstorm, pretty complicated. Got to think about these things.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's very important given that the third land doesn't really do anything for Shawn anyway.
No, but it's
But,
you know free card draw gets another land out of your deck. It's
Having the extra card in your hand is better than not.
definitely, and it was not a fetch land notably, so it does reduce the number of sources you have.
Yeah.
Interesting decision there also from Shawn in that like he fetched away, or he fetched first and then revealed.
He's gonna
Anyway,
play the
just with a
Angler.
blind draw.
I feel like playing another 1-mana spell first. He could have bolted the Goblin Guide. And
Yes.
then played a 1-mana Angler.
Yeah, I think that's probably. I guess because you don't want to block because then Angler dies to a bolt, which is the whole reason why Angler's so good in this matchup is it doesn't die to lightning bolt.
Yeah, and maybe he wants to save the bolt for Eidolon, but doesn't seem
Trigger.
worth it.
Get a volcanic island anyway. You are at 15, which isn't bad, so maybe you do just take it. Does Michael have another mountain? I don't think he does. He does have a Searing Blaze in hand, so he could be trying to set up a Chain
He's
Lightning.
going to Chain Lightning, and I think he does have the land, so he Chain Lightning Shawn. Never mind.
Yeah, no, I think he doesn't have the land, so he's opting to hopefully draw a land. Like Michael's best draw here is to draw a land so he can Searing Blaze and Lightning Bolt this Gurmag Angler.
Yes. Though he also knows that there's a Death Threat in Shawn's hand that was revealed to a prior Goblin Guide trigger.
That's fair as well. Yeah, so he's holding a Lightning Bolt to maybe hit that at end of turn. Granted, this Force could do, or not this Force, this Daze can do. Work against
Shawn
that.
doesn't have green mana to be able to gain life with Deathrite, but Deathrite's still a fantastic card regardless.
Not yet. He does. We did see. I think he runs one
Yeah,
Trop.
he does have
or
a Tropical
two,
Island
two
in his deck.
Messies.
Just
Yeah.
not in play currently.
Yep. Attack trigger. Really young Pyromancer.
Yeah, and now
I'm gonna Lightning Bolt it.
gonna bolt the Goblin Guide 1 turn too late.
Yeah, leaving open Spell Pierce and Daze, and or lots of Spell Pierce and Daze. He can only cast 2 of these 3, but Lightning Bolt and Deathrite Shaman. I still think you want this Deathrite Shaman to live. It's gonna Flusterstorm that.
Yes.
Because if it gets to, see if I can speak. If it does get to live, you would now have Michael on a 2-turn clock.
That's true. And also,
And you're at 10. That
Shawn
feels
with
pretty good.
double Daze in hand is pretty well insulated against any follow-up spells that Wallio could have.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was a Spell Pierce. Yeah, okay, yeah. So, yeah, I really like where Shawn's positioned at now. Because now he gets to play out the young Pyromancer, have Daze back up, and be able to drain with this Deathrite Shaman.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I think he's going to wrap this up. I can't imagine what Michael could draw here that would really get him out of this.
If he had a land, he could Searing Blaze, the Deathrite, and still be able to pay for Daze.
The problem
But
is...
then he would still die to
Yeah, he
the
does.
young Pyromancer.
Yeah, I think he's just dead on board. Shawn did a good job navigating his way through this game. Set himself up with this... Because again, the thing is, close the game quickly against Burn. So he managed to turn the corner and slam it shut. Yeah, we definitely think he should have cast Lightning Bolt and the Goblin Guy to turn sooner. But
Yeah.
worked out in the end.
We're getting the job done.
Yeah, against Burn, the best life total is not dead.
Indeed. But now Michael gets to be back on the play for Game 3, making the Dazes and other permission and Shawn's deck a lot worse.
Definitely. Another interesting difference between like the Legacy Burn deck here and like the modern Burn decks that are normally Boros or Naya in most of their shells is you don't have access to things like Deflecting Palm or anything like that to deal with these big creatures that are attacking in.
Yeah.
To not only save yourself some damage, but also just like make your opponent really worried about attacking in with a big fatty if they don't have the counter magic to back it up.
The only option is use 2 burn spells or ignore it and point everything at Shawn's face.
Exactly. Oh, so our players get all shuffled up here. Sorry about that. Sitting here.
Game 3 of the finals. It all comes down to this.
Yeah, it really does. These players have played for now, you know what, for almost 2.5 hours after Swiss, which was 6 hours long. So
Yeah.
they've just put in a full day's work of getting themselves to this point.
Almost the 9-hour mark of today.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's right. There's a stream count. 8:40 or 8:35 is our stream time.
Yeah.
But yeah, you think these guys, they came all the way from round 1 all the way through here. Again, Shawn Tabrizi fighting back after losing on camera. Michael fighting against the death tax deck earlier.
Yeah, Michael was also
really against the wall.
I think he took a loss early and then
definitely to come down here to force a game 3. Here we go. Bloodstained Mire Fetching getting a mountain again.
Unsurprising.
Yeah, surprise to no one. And here's a Goblin Guide. That's a good turn 1 play because it's going to get in for at least 2, and then force Shawn to act on his next turn or take another 2.
Yeah, he's got the bolts
And the Volcanic Island.
but not. I don't know if Shawn has any other lands,
It doesn't look like it.
so it's gonna be pretty awkward here.
He does have a Ponder, but
Definitely want to leave up Lightning Bolt to answer the Goblin Guide this turn.
yeah, again, the key with a lot of these things like Goblin Guides, like the creatures, is you just want to make sure that they don't hit you for more damage than you should take.
Yes. And now Lightning Bolt
Swiss
will
Spear.
potentially be able to answer the Swiss Spear instead.
Yeah, as the more relevant threat that can do you more damage later. Michael going to do the attacks. I'm feeling a
also
Death Ray
not a
Shaman.
land.
Yeah, not a land and not a spell you can cast. That's pretty awkward. And it looks like Shawn is sitting on double Cabal's Therapy.
Yes. That is a card that's in his sideboard. It's probably something he brings in this matchup just because he has so many bad cards in the main deck he wants to bring out.
Definitely. And I mean, I would name cards like Price of Progress.
Sure.
All day. Because they're going to do you a metric ton of damage. He draws that Death Ray Shaman.
Let's
so now,
see if he's willing to risk
oh no,
it.
he has a fetch land.
Oh, he's got a Pluto.
Yeah,
Well
okay.
then,
That changes everything. So now you get to play the Deathrite Shaman.
you have to play Death Red and still have a Bolt for the Swiss Spear.
Either that or you play Cabal Therapy and you get to see what's in Michael's hand.
The Therapy blind is not fantastic, though given that he has the second one, running out the first one's a little bit more appealing.
Yeah, and the main thing is I think if you throw out this this Deathrite Shaman, he's likely going to die or eat a burn spell, which is good, and you're fine with that most times. But he's also decent in this matchup overall.
Yeah.
Eventually, if you do get to the point where you want to get that one Tropical Island into play, you do know that Michael's going to have 2 creatures in the graveyard for you to gobble up for 4 life gain, and that's like your only way to gain life. So I don't know how much Shawn wants to prioritize that, but looks like he's leaning on that Cabal Therapy. Be interesting to see what he names here. The best part for us, we get to see his hand.
And Michael's going to respond with the Lightning Bolt.
Makes me think he called Lightning Bolt.
Well, you don't have to name until resolution.
Oh, fair. But in case he names Lightning Bolt,
Yeah.
might as well fire it off here. I agree with it.
It's going upstairs regardless. No reason to risk the potential Lightning Bolt name.
Exquisite Firecraft, Chain Lightning, Searing Blaze.
None of those were the cards named.
No. It's interesting here. So Shawn now knows about the Searing Blaze. He knows that there's no land to enable the landfall trigger just yet. Also, being on 2 lands means Michael can't pass that Exquisite Firecraft just yet.
True. He does have the bolt. He should probably fire it off right now to take down the Swiss Spirit just in case
Yeah,
multiple prowess triggers happen.
definitely agree with that. It's also better that you're taking next turn. You're taking a minimum of 3, or possibly a maximum of 3. Versus if you left the Swiss Spirit in play and like pondered instead, he could take upwards of 4 or 5 with double prowess.
Yes.
Looks like he drew into a True Name Nemesis. We're going to ponder. See if he can find a land. He does not.
In that
But he
case,
does
he's probably
find.
gonna have to shuffle.
Yeah, that looks like Delver, Forked Bolt, and another ponder. So that's not good enough.
Yeah, I think with the knowledge of Searing Blaze in Michael's hand, Shawn might just want to never play a creature that isn't Tree Name Nemesis.
Yeah, it makes sense. And also, you might not need. I mean, again, the Desperate Shaman is nice if you can get to that green source and get to Pure Value Town there, but it's not required. Again, it's only going to be there to increase your clock. So why give him a target?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, if you're on that plan, drawing this Monastery Mentor or this Young Pyromancer is not exactly what you want to be doing.
Certainly.
So
And I think Therapy probably now going to hit Exquisite Firecraft, as that's the card that does the most damage.
and it's uncounterable.
Yeah.
It does become relevant. And he drew a Searing Blood.
Oh, he named Searing Blaze. Interesting.
Interesting. Unfortunately for Shawn, that Searing Blood now means that he's still stuck in the realm.
Yes.
I mean, it does make sense that he would name that, seeing as he did, again, just drew a Young Pyromancer, didn't find the third land for in order to play this True Name Nemesis. So you hope you get rid of the only thing in hand that can do you damage and kill the creature. Michael did find a land here, though, and he'll just fire off a Chain Lightning. Put Shawn to 10.
Michael's really prioritizing leaving up 2 mana for the Searing Blood. He had the opportunity to play the Chain Lightning last turn and had an opportunity to play Firecraft this turn, but instead opting to take things a little bit slower.
Yeah, I like it in that he knows that Shawn has a Deathrite Shaman in hand.
Yes.
And he knows that he didn't have a land to trigger landfall. So you want to make sure you can kill it and be as mana efficient as possible.
You also know Shawn has Young Pyromancer in deck, and you want to take care of that guy as soon as possible.
Definitely. Well, here comes True Name Nemesis.
Yeah.
So this will be pretty good. Shawn is debating it. I think you're slamming it. Like, you could ponder again, but I think putting a clock on the board is far more important. You're at 10. You know that Michael has one spell that you can literally make him not be able to cast, so he's got a dead card in hand.
He knows both the cards in Wallio's hand. What he could do is just play out a random creature and immediately sacrifice it to Quell Therapy, just to get rid of the Firecraft.
That's fair.
It doesn't give Wallio an opportunity to fire off the Searing Blood.
But I think you get to do that this next turn and also have a... Ooh, Eidolon. That makes things a little bit more awkward there for Shawn.
It does. That makes creature plus Cabal Therapy almost the worst thing that Shawn could possibly do.
Take 4 for... or take 4 to essentially...
Take 4 to get rid of the card in your hand that deals me 4. Alright.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Michael's fine with that. The awkward part here, though, is it means that Shawn is now disincentivized to attack.
Yes.
Like, which is a downside, because again, you need to clock your opponent. He did draw a Force of Will, which will be nice to counter something relevant, although it will not counter the one thing that's important.
Yeah, he can't come to the Firecraft, and he's probably not going to want to present anything that can get Searing Blood.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you could play Young Pyromancer and then Force of Will.
Looks like he's
Searing
just going to
Blood.
play both creatures and then Force of Will.
Michael is saying trigger. We'll see if it was too late if he said, okay, that resolves, or something of that nature.
Yeah.
Because if he did and he just completely passed, that trigger is missed. And
like
it
he
looks
missed the trigger.
it looks like that happened. That is brutal. As Michael could use every point of damage he can get here.
Shawn casting Ponder is not ideal.
Yeah. I don't know about that. Like, you're...
It just gets rid of the blue card for Force of Will.
And the problem I have is you were... Like, You were so low on life as well.
Yeah,
I mean,
he is going to get a creature. He can sacrifice this token to Cabal Therapy to get rid of the Firecraft.
Oh, that's very fair. That's a good observation.
But
yeah, I do like that because it doesn't. You go down to 6, but the token replaces itself.
Yeah. And actually, if he wants to, he can sacrifice the other token to get rid of the Searing Blood as well.
Yeah, and go down to...
he would go down to 4.
I don't think
but he's going to get rid of both the cards in Wallio's hand. Okay,
he's doing that. I was going to say, like, you have the Force of Will for the Searing Blood, but...
And now...
you have protection from...
He's at 4, which means that a top-deck Firecraft would be lethal.
Yeah.
But he has Force of Will for anything else. And
well, Michael looks like a non-land.
Pretty fast clock.
It's a
Michael taking damage from his own Eidolon is awkward.
Yeah.
Shawn's probably going to have to force this Lavamancer, which would put him down to 3.
And then you're just dead to any top-deck burn spell.
He is, but doesn't have much of a better option. This Lavamancer is just going to kill Shawn.
Yeah, it's super awkward. At least he gets another token out of the deal. Alright, and now he can only cast 1 CMC 3 spell or less.
Yes.
See what he finds. Another Force of Will. That's not quite what you want to draw.
He can attack. Trading the Young Pyromancer for the Eidolon is not unreasonable in that it frees up the Death Right.
You're more than happy to take that trade, I think, if you're Shawn.
And Wallio is not willing to.
Yeah, no. Don't give your opponent more outs, I would think. Like, when trading off the Eidolon, you let them like brainstorm and ponder, use all their cantrips to set up as many things as they need to.
I think Shawn may as well just play out the Death Right. The difference between 3 life and 1 is not relevant, and if he only gets to cast 1 spell, the Death Right's at least something that can get him for damage.
So what I was thinking about not doing that is that if you rip another blue spell, you don't get to force.
That's true.
If Michael bricks on this next draw.
Yeah, but I think that with the Death Right in play, Shawn can present potentially lethal damage. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's got 7 on board, plus the Death Right activation being 9. The Eidolon would be able to block a token, so I guess that wouldn't necessarily work.
Yeah. Shawn going to 1. Michael's going to fetch. Going to try to weed out his deck. Is he going to do it?
This is going to be a close one. If Wallio bricks this turn, Shawn can attack him down to the point where Wallio can't cast any of his own spells because of the Eidolon.
Nearly 9 hours of magic coming down to a top deck.
Well, this is a spell. That's the first progress. And that's the end of the game.
And that is it. Wow. There it is. So
right.
Burn takes down 3 out of 4 Legacy 1Ks in the last 4 tournaments. That is crazy. Bring you guys back to the booth.
Getting the job.
Oh, wow.
Congratulations to Michael Wallio, our champion.
Big congrats there. Again, it's crazy. And we watched him at 3-1 against that Death and Taxes deck.
Yeah.
He's back against the wall against a Batter Skull. Somehow come back and win that game. And then he just plowed his way all the way through to winning this thing.
Fantastic stuff.
Wow.
And, I think excellent play there from Michael all day, at least when we were watching him. So definitely a deserving champion there.
Definitely. And
congrats to Shawn as well for making the finals.
Yeah, very well
coming
played.
up just a little short.
Yeah, the mulligan's down to 5 in game 1.
I think definitely all the way down to 4.
4. Yeah. That just hurts. And then a disfavorable matchup. Congrats to all of our top 8. We had a lot of good players up there.
Yes, this was a very
Diverse
high
top
skill
eight. Yeah.
top 8.
Yeah, lots of good matchups and bad matchups kind of sprinkled throughout, and we saw the better end of both
Sure.
throughout the top 8. So, hey, that's Magic. That's life.
Yeah, it's definitely true in Legacy, which can have some of the most lopsided matchups that you see in any format.
Definitely. So, from us here at Mock Sporting House, again, tune in tomorrow for our weekly Legacy at Monday over at Card Kingdom. Same Twitch channel, just right here. It's going to be a blast. A lot of these players will probably be over there for their Monday night get-ems. I don't know who is hosting that for the stream tomorrow, but they'll be here live and proud.
Yes.
Ready to host you guys some more Legacy if you can't get enough. So, from Mock Sporting House, my name's Zachary Brady.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Peace out, guys.